You know, there were a lot of secret gifts for my family in COVID. One of them was actually being home, because my husband and I both make our living packing a bag and leaving. I think we had more time together during those 15 months of all tours canceled than we've had maybe in 21 years of marriage. I mean, that was really, and we like each other. I mean, and we were so sad about Karina, our youngest, leaving for college. I mean, we stretched out the child years as long as possible. And then she left for her freshman year. We moped around just like sadder than sad. And then she came back. And that was fantastic. I know. And she stayed. Wonderful. It was so good. I know. I'm going to have coffee with her in the morning and catch up on everything, which means I'll do a lot of listening and she'll do all the talking. And that's what family's like. It's wonderful. One of the things that was a hidden gift during COVID was getting to participate in a project called Faithful. I could spend an hour telling you about it, but I won't. In a nutshell, it was a bunch of creative women studying women in the Bible and writing songs about them and just feeling the arc of the epic story of God's redeeming love. And anyway, that was fantastic. That actually happened on 6 different days at Nathan and Cassie Tasker's house. And they were so gracious to open their home. And I mean like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It was amazing. And so I guess just because of that and our growing friendship, I've invited Nathan to come out and tell you about a shared passion that we have. And so please make welcome my friend Nate Tasker.
Thanks, Amy, so much. Are you all enjoying the event tonight? You too? Oh, it's so great to be here in Pensacola. What a beautiful part of the world you all get to live in. I loved my day. Nest Coffee, Bodacious Bookstore. I spent up big in the city. What a joy. Some of you will have realized I'm not from around these parts. I'm actually from the deep south. From Sydney, Australia. Are there any other Australians here tonight? Really, where are you from? Sydney, Australia. Me too, that's awesome. Anybody here been to Australia? Okay, 7 of you. This is an important question. Does anybody here want to go to Australia? Awesome, me too. You know, what a joy to be able to tour with Amy, and each night to hear that beautiful song, Children of the World, and hear about that idea of what would it look like for this to be a ripple that spreads throughout the world, bringing hope and love to people, no matter where they're from, or what their life might be like. You know, I have watched that in Amy's life as she has supported the work of an incredible organization that reaches into the lives of children living in extreme poverty in the developing world and changes their lives forever. It's an organization called Compassion International. I'm sure some of you have heard of Compassion before, perhaps at a concert or maybe at your church, and you might have even thought, that child sponsorship organization, that sounds awesome. I should do that sometime. Can I suggest that tonight in Pensacola is the perfect sometime to change a child's life, and it will not get any easier than tonight. You see, this evening in the lobby, right next to the merchandise table, there is a compassion table, and on that you'll find some children's packets, just like this little one here. Now, each packet has information about that child, where they're from, what their life is like. I'm holding up little Mary. She's 5 years old, and she is from Uganda. But I want to say that tonight and on this tour, we've been so blessed and privileged to have some of the most important children with us. People often ask me, Nate, who are the neediest children in Compassion? Because we want our hard-earned money to impact those in deepest need, right? Well, the great thing is tonight we have those children. It's not a particular country, it's not a particular gender. It's actually children that have been waiting and waiting and waiting for someone to reach out and bring hope to them. Most of our children wait less than 90 days for a sponsor. Little Mary has been waiting 274 days so far. But when a child like Mary is sponsored, especially this close to Christmas, they celebrate like nobody's business. So much joy comes to these families. And to change a child's life tonight takes less than 2 minutes. You see, inside each packet, is a double-sided tear-off form. And the first side of that form simply asks for your details, your name, your address, and the flip side asks how you'd like to pay that $38 a month. Now it is still only $38 a month to release a child from poverty in Jesus' name, to have a one-to-one relationship, receive letters and write letters back to a child. Now for that $38 a month, these children are going to receive a nutritious meal each day, something they don't get. They're going to get medical care when they need it. And they're going to start to get an education, which is how poverty is being broken right now in the developing world, which is awesome. And my favourite part, I know Amy's favourite part too, is that these children are actually welcomed in to loving community, because all of this great stuff happens through a local church in the developing world, with a pastor who knows their name and loves their family and welcomes them in. Well, I realise that really the size $38 a month might be a lot of money for some of us tonight. You might be thinking to yourself, what can I change in my life so I can change the life of a child in need? And I think that is an awesome question. Someone I know gave up one Diet Coke a day. That was their plan. You might have a similar plan, a Starbucks a month. I'm not sure. But I will say that we've also seen some wonderful people decide to sponsor 2 or 3 children, perhaps their second or third child. I like to say that no matter what your family makeup is, no matter how many people are seated at your table, if it's just you or if there's 20 of you at your table, setting the place for one more can bring so much joy. It's remarkable, especially if you have children or grandchildren of your own, to go on this journey together. I know that Amy's done that. My wife and I, we do that with our kids back in Nashville. In fact, we have 4 compassion children we sponsor, and their photos are all on our refrigerator. So every morning, my kids run downstairs, they rip open the fridge for their milk, and they see the kids we pray for, the kids we sponsor through compassion. And you know, the other morning I came downstairs, one of those photos was missing. And I thought, oh, it slipped under the fridge again. But then I looked in the corner, and my little boy Theo was playing with his toy trucks, and propped up against one of his trucks was Brifton, our latest compassion child from Africa. He was playing trucks with his compassion friend. And I have to tell you, my wife and I are looking forward to the day when he has friends that we don't pay for on a monthly basis. I'm kidding. But truthfully, in that moment, I saw my little boy understanding what it means to widen the circle. Don't miss this opportunity tonight to change a child's life, to bless 2 families, the child and their family, of course, but your own. Well, you can fill in that part of the form with either cash or check or credit card details, or you can also use our QR code as well. And tonight, if you are able to, in a moment, grab one of these children, fill in both sides of that form, hand it in to one of my volunteers or at our table in the lobby, then Amy would love to thank you so much for being a part of this with her. And one of the ways we get to do that tonight is to actually give you some gifts, which is pretty cool. You can actually receive Amy's Be Still and Know, her hymn album. If you love hymns, this is a tremendous album of some of the most well-known and loved hymns, beautiful. And then also, the women who joined together in our home and wrote songs together from Women in the Bible, they actually recorded those songs, and it's on a CD called Faithful. And that is a free gift to you tonight when you sponsor a child. It's not available at our merchandise table. It's only available when you sponsor a child, so a little bit of incentive to make it tonight, the night to change your life. Well, I realise that we can't all fit around my table in the lobby at the same time during intermission. It'll get very squeezy back there. And so we thought, to make it even easier tonight to change a kid's life, that we would bring some children to you guys, if that's okay. So right now, you'll see the lights will come up a little bit, and you'll see some of my volunteers. They're wearing blue vests. They're walking down the aisles right now. I call them my blue ninjas. You might see them at Walmart later tonight. Roaming the aisles. I'm kidding. What a joyful moment this is, to be able to ask you, would you join Amy Grant tonight in changing a child's life? And it is as easy as right now, raising your hand nice and high. And one of my volunteers will be able to put a packet into your hand even now. They're going to start walking. You'll see them actually walking, and they'll be able to put a packet into your hand right now as they're going past. I see your hands going up right there. Can you see those hands right there? Wonderful. Did anyone feel like they wanted to sponsor little Mary tonight? Oh, here we go.
9.
Dash.
good for an old man to work with.
Wonderful. As you're putting up your hand, let me tell you, every single child coming out of those pockets right now in my volunteers' hands have been waiting longer than any other children in compassion who are helping the neediest children tonight, let me assure you. Also, let me tell you that Compassion has been doing this for over 60 years. They are the highest rated organisation of their kind in America, and they guarantee that a minimum of 80 cents out of every dollar goes to impact that child. Every year they self-audit, and every year they beat their own goal. It's been as high as 89 cents in every dollar. Well, as my volunteers head through one last time, let me say thank you to all of you who put up your hand. Please fill in that form during intermission. You can hand it in to one of my volunteers here in the building during intermission. They have some CDs, they can take your form. You don't even have to leave your seats, like drive-through sponsorship. But if you didn't get a chance to put up your hand at this moment, then please would you head to our lobby. We've got some children there, and if you'd like to search for a specific birthday, we can help you with that as well. We are so grateful for every single one of you this evening who will change your child's lives, and those of you who are already changing kids all over the world. Can I say on behalf of Amy and on behalf of Compassion, what a joy it is to have been with you these few moments. We are going to take a 15-minute intermission, and then we'll be back to enjoy the rest of our night with Amy Grant. God bless you all, and have a wonderful rest of the night together.